Hi everyone, it's Wendy Achatz. If you are out in the grocery store, whether we have a pandemic or not, I always am conscious of that black conveyor belt at the grocery store checkout. So guys, you're shopping. A lot of times you go into the Kroger or Meijer, wherever you shop here. We have our local grocery stores and they have automatic doors. So, oh yeah, that's great. You don't have to touch a door handle there. And a lot of times you go in, they have a little Sani wipe before you grab your cart so you can wipe down the handle. But you're buying all of your items, you get up to that conveyor belt. And I'm very conscious of what's been ahead of me on that, what's that wet spot on that conveyor belt. So I'm gonna recommend that you wash everything after you get home before you put your groceries away in your cupboard and in your refrigerator. And here's how I would recommend that you do that. You bring your groceries in, and I'm going to assume that you touched all of the car handles and your doorknobs, and maybe you handled your credit card or cash. So go to the hand wash sink, and I mean the bathroom sink, to wash your hands. I don't recommend washing your hands in the kitchen sink because that's where your food and your dishes are to be sanitized. So take your hands into the bathroom and wash your hands properly, right? Everybody knows 20 seconds. But do you know that that means lathering for 20 seconds? And then I rinse my hands, and it takes another 20 to 30 seconds for me to rinse the soap residue off of my hands. So really, I'm washing my hands for about a minute to a minute and a half. So I turn my water on, get a couple of pumps of soap, I moisten my hands, and then I turn my water off. I hate for our natural resource, our water, to be going down the drain while I'm lathering for 20 seconds, right? Then I turn the water back on and I rinse off the soap. And then if I'm in a public bathroom, I'll grab a paper towel and I'll dry my hands and I'll turn the knob off. And then I will take that paper towel and open the door of the bathroom to get out with using that paper towel, right? And then I'll hold the door open like with my elbow or my foot, and I'll throw that little, my little paper towel away in the garbage can. So those are just things that I normally do when I'm out in public places. But when you get home, you bring your groceries, put them on the counter, go wash your hands, and now fill up your clean kitchen sink with what the CDC is recommending is 2 gallons of water to about 2/3 cup of bleach, or 1 gallon of water to 1/3 cup of bleach, okay? I'm recommending the same, 200 parts per million. Joanne suggests using cool water, 100 degrees or under, because bleach dissipates really fast in hot water. So you may have to replenish that bleach after it sits for a while. I recommend just emptying the water and starting over again the next time that you need to sanitize things. Okay, so now you're going to get a clean kitchen cloth. Please don't use the kitchen cloth or a sponge that has already been used in soapy water. So if you want to wipe down your counters first with washing them with soapy water, that's good. Then you come back and you sanitize things with your bleach water. If you use too much bleach, and the CDC recommends that as you're using bleach that you open a window, do not inhale these bleach fumes in. Open a window, crack a window open on one side of your house, and I always crack a window then on the opposite side of my house so that I can get fresh air that comes in. If you just open and crack one little window, fresh air will come in, but it's not going to circulate through. I think it's really important for all of us to have fresh air coming through our house. I know it's cold, it's like 35 degrees outside right now, and you're worried about your heat bill too. So I turn my heat down. I've got a wool sweater on today. The sun is coming through, so my house is getting warmed up. But I like to always have a little window cracked in my bedroom as well when we sleep at night to bring in, so that we're breathing fresh air all through the night. It's a great cleansing agent. But with bleach, when you're locking yourself in a bathroom and cleaning your bathroom, open that window, make sure that you're not inhaling it. Why? Vapors and those fumes of bleach can, create damage to your throat, your lungs, your nasal passages, and it could create like an open wound. I'm thinking it's like taking sandpaper to your throat. You don't want to open up your skin or damage your lungs breathing in those toxic fumes. They're very caustic. So if you overuse bleach, you're thinking that you're getting it twice as clean by using twice the amount of bleach. That's not the case. You're just causing pain for yourself, and you're opening yourself up to viruses and bacteria and disease, right? Please use gloves when you are using that sanitation water as well. You don't want to, have your hands become so chapped and dry to where your skin is cracking. Again, you're going to open yourself up to, exposure. What we do at the pie shops is we'll use a spray bottle. And this was water only because I I sprayed my plants with it. but I'm gonna take this bottle over and I'm labeling it water and bleach, 200 parts per million. I'm gonna fill this up with the sanitation water out of my sink, and then I'm gonna lightly mist all of the surfaces as well. So I've told you about wiping down your countertops, that's great, but let them air dry. If you mist other surfaces like your keyboard or your car keys or your doorknobs, you know, your handles, things that you're touching, just mist it with this bleach water and allow it to air dry. Because it takes 5 minutes for that bleach water to come in contact and react and kill the bacteria or the viruses. Okay, so just let it air dry. Joanne is telling us that is key. That is key. Don't mist your surface and then take a cloth and wipe it dry. Let it air dry after you mist it. That's going to be your best bet. That is using this bleach in a proper way and not mishandling it or misusing it, because everything that you're trying to do, if you're not following the instructions, you're mishandling it and you're not, you know, killing what you need to kill. So anyway, go to the CDC, see how they recommend things. When I first went there, I was really freaked out because they were like using like 1 cup of water in 5 gallons. And I'm like, what is that crazy? People are just gonna be inhaling, killing brain cells and everything else. But they were talking about like major disasters, like, you know, floods where the sewer water has now come into your house, or mudslides, and where you were having to sanitize canned goods and things like that. I'm gonna say, let's take it easy. Let's use the bleach properly here to kill this virus and we'll be okay. If you are grocery shopping for an elderly person and you're bringing those groceries into their home and helping them to put them away, I'm going to suggest to do the same thing. Sanitize and wipe all those canned goods down in your plastic containers of spinach or your plastic milk jugs before it goes in the refrigerator. Just take those little extra precautions and, you know, use your spray bottle with your bleach and water. Get some little bleach tabs, if you like, from the hardware store to test your water to make sure you're using the right strength. You don't want it to be too weak or too strong. But like I said, if you don't have access to bleach strips, 1/3 of a cup per 1 gallon of water. Make sure it's cool. Make sure that you're letting things air dry. And make sure you're dumping this water out after an hour or so and using fresh water. Again, bleach dissipates really fast. So guys, wear your gloves. I have my box of non-latex gloves here. I'm using gloves too when I get my hands in that water. So just take those extra precautions not to open yourself up and having, you know, small wounds on your hands or, you know, in your throat or lungs by misusing these harsh chemicals. Use them properly and we'll be okay. All right, you guys, I'm gonna report back here in a few days and see if anything has changed and let you know. I'm hoping that we don't have to shut down completely, but if that's what the CDC and the government is gonna recommend, then that's what we'll do there at all of our Achatz Pie Shop locations. I appreciate that the government has closed down all the schools, taking care of our children, and advising the elderly not to come out and taking good care of themselves. But we too are also very concerned about our workforce. We've got to keep working. So we want to keep our healthy workforce strong and healthy, and we want to do everything we can as well. So we appreciate your consideration as our customers, as our guests. Please abide by our 5 people in the lobby policy, our rule right now, and keep that social distancing at least 6 feet, and we'll be okay. All right, you guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.